Welcome back to the Spring and Summer Journaling Challenge. It is Bobi, aka Paginator, and today we're going to take on prompt number 2. Prompt number 2 is a layered tag and butterfly. And I had an idea and I want to try it, but I don't know how it's going to go. So my thought was to take this die cut and then apply some color on top of it so it may be kind of like a stencil. It would work a lot better with color sprays, but I don't have sprays in all the colors that I want to use. So we're gonna try just holding it down and using some oxide on brushes and see what happens. So it could be an epic fail, and it could be that we just apply color to the tag without doing the sprays, or, ooh, I just had a thought. Because I do have one purple spray and I picked other colors of purple here. Okay, let me rethink this on the spot while I'm filming. What if I just apply, because I have Shaded Lilac and Seedless Preserves and Dusty Concord. What if I just apply them all in, with the brush, and then put the flower back on top and spray Villainous Potion? Let's try that, because I think it is going to go a lot better than trying to hold that fiddly flower in place. Okay, so we're going to start with Shaded Lilac at the top. This is like a really beautiful bluish purple. Someday I will own all the sprays and the spritzes and everything in all the colors, but until that day happens and I suddenly am influxed with money, we will use what we have. So there's the Shaded Lilac, and then we'll come in with Seedless Preserves, which is going to be very vibrant and much more reddish purple. And we're going to overlap the areas a bit. And then we're going to take Dusty Concord. So in contrast to these other two, this one looks like really, really blue. We don't want to waste this color, so I am going to get a piece of paper. I'm going to do a bit of water. See if we can pick up all of this gorgeousness. Oh, look at how pretty. I have to say, while we're thinking about this, that this glass mat is one of the best investments I ever made, because it's so easy to clean. You can do all kinds of sprays and mixed media elements on it, and it just cleans right up, and it's fantastic. By the way, this is watercolor paper. It is 300 GSM, and I love it. Okay. So now we're gonna take our Villainous Potion. Now this is like purple, evil, like queen from like Maleficent purple. You know what I mean? All right, let's cross our fingers that this goes well. All right, let's lift you up. Now, I'm going to do this out of frame, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to put this upside down and try to smoosh off the purple onto our collage fodder paper. Didn't really go very well, but that's okay. We'll set those aside, and we're going to pick you up and move you. Do some more color pickup. Ugh, look at that. Ooh, yes. Gorgeousness. All right, and now because we have oxides and I just can't help myself, we're just gonna do a little bit of spritz into my hand, make a puddle, and throw it on there. We'll dab, dab, dab with our paper towel. Up next we have a white flower die cut, and it is like flipped around. So should we flip that around as well? No, that looks funny. Okay, so we're gonna kind of layer this on top of here. The thing broke a little bit, but I've still got the other piece, so we can just glue that down with it. I'm not gonna try to place it right on top. I already know it's not gonna go right on top because that's flipped around. Plus it would be silly to place it on top because we did all that work to get the silhouette of the flower. Now my hands are nice and purple. That's just part of the joy, right? Look at this. We got a little bit of extra villainous potion on the paper towel. It's just purple goodness everywhere. Okay. What else do we want to do? Could we do like a backing layer with this collage fodder we've made? Would that look good? Let's at least cut this to size and see what it looks like behind it. Okay, I think that looks actually quite pretty. And let's just glue it down. Glue it down. If we decide we hate it, we can cut it all off. And now I think we need to do some sewing. I can't get my sewing machine in frame really, so I just went ahead and sewed around and did a zigzag here and there. Now this tag is gorgeous, but in order to fulfill the prompt, we have to have a butterfly. So it's time to get out my butterfly binder. Technically it's mushrooms and butterflies, but you know what I mean. So I have some purple butterflies. I also have some white butterflies. I have all different kinds of colors. Could do a pop of orange. What I think we should do is look at the page that it's going to go in. So I picked out a page in the second signature, and it's going to be here. We're going to make a tuck spot for it or something. Maybe just clip it in. And we don't have a whole lot of other colors. There's some very pale green little pops of it up here. Other than that, there's not a whole lot. So I feel like we could go in a couple different directions. We could look for something that's that pale green. I might have one here. Where are you, butterfly? Okay, maybe not. I know I have some other ones that are really pale. I don't know if that color is going to pick up, and I also don't think this butterfly is big enough. So that tells me that maybe we need to look in the bigger butterflies, not these little ones. So let's keep turning the pages. Oh, I just had an idea. They're in kind of neutrals. Are they too big? It might be too big. Okay, so we need something in between these sizes. These are purple. Do I see a butterfly? How about that? That's actually gorgeous. And that is actually blue and not any of the colors we were thinking of, but I really like that one. The other thing we can look at are these butterflies, which are kind of crystally, a shimmer. So we have this option, or we could do one of these, something like that. Maybe. Nope, I like the blue one. It is kind of a bluish purpley like the color up here. Maybe that's why I like it. I don't know. But we're putting it on. Ta-da! I usually like to put a sentiment on my tags, so let's see if I've got any that might work. Oh, what about that? I like the size and color of that. Or we have some white chipboard ones. I like that even better. I like this a lot because it pulls in the black from the stitching, the white from the flower. It's a good sentiment. Let's use this one. I need a knife. When you don't see your knife right away, but your tearing ruler has pointy edges, that's what you use. So we're just gonna peel up some of these layers to make it thinner. And then you can save the back side and like stamp your own sentiment on it and stuff and use it for a second one. And we will glue it down. If you're wondering why I'm saying glue it down like that, like I've been watching way too many Natasha videos lately from Treasure Books, and sometimes she says glue it down like that. Do we need a tag topper? This is so beautiful. I don't want to like mess it up unless I have the exact perfect thing. So I think we're gonna call this good for now. And I also think that we're gonna just use some tiny paper clips and clip this in. And I just saw them. Okay, I'm gonna grab two that are kind of a rosy gold color. And we will simply clip them to this page. All right, that's now clipped in here and here with tiny paper clips. It is still a little bit warped, and when it dries it will be flat, but we can help it by putting something on top. So let's take my crocodile and a little box of eyelets, and we'll let that set there for now. And that's gonna be it for this video. I think we'll just do this prompt today, and then we'll come back and do another prompt another time, I suppose, or later, and we'll add it to this video. I don't know, it depends on what I decide to do. Our next prompt will be a flip out page with sparkle, and so you can come back for that. Please leave me a comment in the space below what your thoughts are in the tag, or what your plans are lately. What have you been up to? Have you been reading? Have you been crafting? Have you been on exciting adventures? I love to hear from you guys and feel like I can get to know you a little bit through the comment section. And that being said, we're gonna call this one good. So hit the like button if you can, and we'll see you in the future. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.